After a long tedious drive, I'm finally back home. Why are my wheels looking like this? Is there something wrong? What is this black dirt? Do I need to take it to the service center to find out what this is? Or is there any complaint with the brakes? These are some of the questions which many of us may ask to ourselves when we see an unusual amount of dirt on our wheels. Then, what is it? Nothing to worry. It's just brake dust. How does the brake function in a car? When the brakes are applied, the mechanical force is transferred from the pedal to the push rod, and from the push rod to the servo, and from the servo to the master cylinder, and the brake fluid travels through the hydraulic pipelines to the calipers, and what you see over here is the caliper. On both the sides of the caliper there are brake pads, and these brake pad presses to the rotor or the brake disc, and the vehicle stops. What is brake dust? The brake dust is the residue which contains a combination of friction materials from the fiber on the semi-metallic texture of the brake pad and the cast iron from the rotors or the wheel disc. Majority of the brake pads are made from semi-metallic components which contain steel fibers which are compressed and fused with other materials. These steel components, when pressed against the rotor or the brake disc, causes the brake dust. The brake dust gets accumulated over time, especially after a long journey, and you see them on your wheels. Hence, it does not indicate a problem and is a normal phenomenon. But if the wheels are not cleaned regularly, these black residues form a permanent stain on the wheels. Let me just introduce some of the parts of the brake system. This is the brake fluid reservoir tank, and this is the master cylinder, and just behind the reservoir and the master cylinder is the servo or the vacuum booster, and these are the hydraulic pipelines. When we apply the brakes of our car, the mechanical force generated is amplified several times, right from the brake pedal to the push rod and then to the servo, and gets further amplified by the servo or the vacuum booster, thereby forcing the piston to push the spring inside the master cylinder, which then converts the non-hydraulic pressure to hydraulic pressure and forcing the brake fluid along the hydraulic pipeline from the reservoir, and the force generated creates a friction which pushes the brake pad to the rotor or the brake disc and stops the vehicle. When the brake pedal is released, the hydraulic fluid returns to the master cylinder. When the brakes are applied, the calipers with the brake pad presses against the rotor, producing the black residue because of the carbon present in the brake pads. This happens more when the vehicle comes with the factory fitted semi-metallic brake pads, and if your service center permits, consider going in for the ceramic brake pads. What you see over here, this is the caliper assembly, and this is the rotor or the disc, and these are the brake pads. These brake pads are fitted inside the calipers, and these brake pad presses against the rotor or the wheel disc, and then the vehicle stops. The front brakes play a major role in stopping the car than the rear, since braking throws the car's weight forward on the front wheels. Hence, most cars comes with the disc brake in front and drum brakes behind. I hope you all would have liked watching my video. Please do like and subscribe to watch newer videos. Thank you.